So firstly, tell me the sum function is clear. Just I'm giving a brief again. So sum function will calculate it will add the all values in the given range of cells. So it will add logical values and the numeric values. So true will be considered as 1 and false will be considered as 0. Empty values and text values will get ignored in the sum function. Clear? Average function is used to calculate the average. For example, sum of the total values divided by total number, and count will count the values in a given range. It will not count the text entries, it will not count empty values, and it will count the logical values, where the logical value we already know that true is 1 and false is 0. It will count the numbers, it will count the date cell also, and the cell containing 0 will also be counted in this. And if you want to count the textual value as well, the function is count A. Clear? It will count the textual values also. If you have given the text values, so it will return 4. You can see in the example number 2 where I've written 4, 6, 8, hello, and so it will return the value as 4. 3 are the numeric values and the last one is the textual value. Clear? Okay, so we have to start with the max function today. Max means maximum. By the name it is clear, when we want to find out the maximum value, the highest value, the largest value between the range, so that is the max function. Max 7 semicolon 5, so it will return 7 because 7 is the highest value. Max 4, 6, 8, so it will return 8. So that means 8 is the highest value, the maximum value given in the arguments. Max 0, minus 4 and true. Now true means 1. The value of true is 1. So on the number line when you are depicting 0, minus 4 and 1, so it will give you the output as 1. It will ignore the empty cells and it considers only numbers and logical values. Clear? Clear max function? Now what if you want to count the, or you want to find in the range the maximum of the textual values also? So we have the function max A, so it will return the largest value including the text entries as well. The text entries will get also included, and we know that the text value will be considered as 0. The value of the text is 0. For example, the fourth example, see, max A, minus 1, minus 3 and hello. Now hello is 1. So on the number line when you're depicting, you are writing negative values, 0 and then positive values. And maximum means the highest value, so minus 1 and minus 3 are the small, and hello is having the value 0 because it's a text value. So it will give the output as 0. Clear the difference between max and max A? Similarly, like this count and count A, like in count A, the text values will get included. Same way, the max A, the text values will get included. Right? It will ignore the empty cells. It will consider the text as 0, and it will consider text, number, and logical values. All of. Clear? So the value will be 0 in this case. Next is min and min A. Similarly, like in max, we used to find the largest value with the help of max function. Similarly, when you want to find the smallest value, the lowest value, that is a min function will use then. For example, min 7 semicolon 5. So it will return 5 because 5 is the lowest value in the range now. Min 4, 6 and 8. So it will return 4 as 4 is the smallest value in the range now. Min 0, minus 4 and true. Now depict the numbers on the number line. Negative value 0 and positive. True means 1. So 0, 1 and on the left side it will be minus 4. So minimum value will be minus 4. again in this case, the textual values will not get included. For that, we need to shift on the min a function. Clear? So let's look at the min a function now. It will get counted, the negative values will get counted, Rishit. Okay, so min a will find out the smallest value from the given range, including the text entries. And we know that the values of text entry will be considered as 0, right? In this, the fourth example, the output is wrong. So correct it while writing the, for example, min a 468. So it will return 4, the lowest value. Min a 0 minus 4 and true. The minimum value is now minus 4. In the last example, look carefully. Min a minus 1 minus 3 hello. Hello is 0. The value of text is 0. And minus 3 will be the lowest value. So it will return minus 3. In place of minus 1, write it as minus 3. Clear? Replace it as minus 3. Clear, bache? Okay, the next is if function, the very important function. Remember in 8th class or in the 7th class we did Q basic and visual basic. उसमें आपने if else का concept study किया था. What was that? If condition, you specify the condition in the if block. If the condition is true, then the if part will get executed. And in case if the condition is false, then the else part will get executed. The same way here also, the syntax is same, the criteria is same. What you have to do is equal to if condition. अगर आपकी condition true है, the first part will get executed. And in the first part, the case is true value. The true case will be there. And in the second part, the false case means अगर आपकी condition false है, the specified condition is false, then the third part will get executed. That is the false part. Because in the if function, 3 parts are there. First part is condition. Second part is the true value. Third part is the false value. That is the else part, the wrong part, right? And in case if you're not specifying the value 1 or value 2, then what will happen? If you are not specifying the value 1, it will be considered as true. Usko true assume kar lega. True value the logical value, right? And in case if the value 2 is not given, it is omitted in this formula, so it will be assumed as false, right? Now look, I have given a condition equal to if 10 greater than 20. What that mean? क्या 10 20 से बड़ा है? The condition is true or false? The condition is false, right? When the condition is false, the false part will get executed. That means the third part. When the condition is true, the second part will get executed. That is a true part. Now you can see in my example, I have given only the condition. I have not mentioned the true value or the false value. So according to the condition given, so it is the false case because 10 is smaller than 20, it is not greater than 20, so it will return false. The Boolean false will be written. It will give the output as false. Clear? This thing is clear, bache, to everyone? Now next, if 20 is greater than 10, 20 is greater than 10, the condition is true. So I have given the two cases again, true case and the false case. But this time I have given the textual values. And we know that textual values are to be written in double quotes. Clear? So when I'm saying 20 is greater than 10, my condition is true. So in true case, the first part will get executed. That means the true part, the true value. And in my example, the true value is okay. So it will return the output as okay. Clear? Third example. Now you will tell me the output. I am giving you the values. Listen carefully. If A1 is greater than 30, अगर A1 की वैल्यू 30 से ज्यादा है तो क्या हो, A1 should be multiplied by 3. Otherwise, yes, Princey, the value 1 is the true value, the value 2 is the false value. When A1 is having the value larger than the 30, that means A1 should multiply by 3. Otherwise, अगर वो false है तो A1 should be divided by 3. For example, if I'm saying the A1 is having the value 12, so what will be the output? Hurry up, give me the outputs now. If A1 is having the value 12, so what will be the output in this case? So it will be 12 divided by 3, that is equivalent to 4. It will get executed now. Rishit, why you are saying it as false? The condition is false. But in the false case, I have not given the string value or the text value. I have simply written some formula. So that formula will get executed now. Clear? The formula will get executed. Now you have to look very carefully that whether in the true value or in the false value, I have given the formulas or I have given the string values. So that will depend. Yes, it will come 4 because मैंने formula दी है. So formula will get evaluated. उसकी execution हो जाएगी. अगर मैं formula नहीं दे रही हूँ, I'm simply written the text in the double quotes. So that text will get appear in the output then. Like in the second example, okay or not okay. If function is clear, should I give one more example to you? Will you solve it? Okay. So listen carefully, write down the question. I am saying A1 is having a percentage. Write down A1 is having a percentage. If percentage is greater than 50, if percentage is greater than 50, assign the grade as A, otherwise the grade should be B. If percentage is greater than 50, assign grade as A, otherwise the grade is B. Formulate the if statement now. कैसे आप डिपिक्ट करोगे? if function कैसे लिखोगे इसके लिए? मैंने आपको एक क्वेरी दी है, you have to formulate the function now. If percentage is greater than 50, the grade should be A, otherwise the grade should be B. क्या आएगा? Tell me the answers now. Visamyut, you have to formulate the if function. Where is if function? Princey, there is a mistake. Look carefully. Tanya, why are you writing percentage symbol? I'm already told you that percentage is given in A1. So you need to reference the cell address. The cell address is A1. Firstly, equal to sign should be there before the function. Equal to if, मैंने क्या बोला? Percentage should be in the A1. Rishit, why you are writing percentage symbol? Percentage symbol is not recognized by the Kelsey. हम cell addresses से काम कर रहे हैं. Yes, Tanya, now it is correct. Yes, Princey, very good. The answer is correct. Okay, anyone else? The answer will be, क्या बोला मैंने कि percentage should be greater than 50. So equal to if A1 is greater than 50, semicolon, true case में क्या आएगा? Grade A, जहाँ आप अकेला A भी लिख सकते हो, A, otherwise the grade should be B. So look in the answer now. If A1 is greater than 50, yes, Visam, now it is correct. Grade is A, otherwise grade is B. Clear? क्योंकि पहले वाले में हमने ट्रू की वैल्यू देनी है, the second part will be the false value. अगर A1 की वैल्यू 50 से ज्यादा है, the first true case में क्या आएगा? Grade is A. Second part में, false part में, grade is B. Clear to everyone now? How to formulate this condition? Clear? Okay. Next, number formatting. The command for formatting the numbers, the command is format menu cells option. Under the format menu, the option is cells. And the shortcut key for this is Control plus 1. Control plus 1. So when you will follow this command, the format cell dialog box will open. Inside the format cell dialog box, the tabs are there with the help of which you can set the fonts, you can give the font effects, you can set the alignments of the cell content, you can give background to your cell, apply the borders to the cell, and the most important tab in this is the number tab. With the help of the number tab, you can set the percentage or the currency symbol. You can set the date and time format, the format in which the date should come, and the fractional values you can set after the decimal point, how many digits you want to appear in the cell. So these settings you can done it from the numbers tab. So that's why it is the most important tab in the format cell dialog box. Control plus 1 is the shortcut key, bache. Okay, so tabs are numbers, font, font effects, alignment, border, background, and cell protection. Clear? And numbers tab helps you can set the number formatting. For example, you want to set the fractional values, point के बाद कितने digits appear हो. You can set the format of the date and time as well. Then you can apply the insert currency symbol, then the scientific symbols, percentage symbols, right? All these things can be done from the numbers tab. And from the font and font effects tab, you can set the font setting, you can give the alignments as well. So when you want to set the alignment, so there are basically two types of alignments given in Kelsey, that is horizontal and vertical. So let's look at these now. What you have to do is format menu, cells option, format cell dialog box will appear. In this, open the alignment tab. Under the alignment tab, there are options for setting the horizontal as well as vertical alignment. You can also set the orientation and you can rotate the text also. Kitne degree se you want to set, rotate the text, right? So you can wrap text also from this tab. So let's look at the options of the horizontal and vertical alignments now. Horizontal alignment mein, that means the horizontal alignment means it should be left to right. Horizontal kya hota hai? Horizontal is this way. So you can set the alignments horizontally, that is left, center and right, like you do in the writer or in the MS Word. The same way, when you want to set the alignment horizontally, so this means left, center and right. But when you vertically align the text, vertically means top, middle and bottom. So in case of the left alignment, whatever the content is there in a cell, that will get aligned towards the left side, means left border of the cell. Similarly, when the cell is there, the content is there in a cell, when you are aligning the text, that will be aligned towards the right border of the cell. That means the right side of the cell. And center means it will be in the center of the cells, left in the space from the left side also, from the right side also. And justified means it will take both the borders. It will take left border also, it will take right border also. These cases are same as in we do in the writer also. And default, who will tell me the default alignment? We discussed in the first lecture. What is the default alignment in the Kelsey? Who will tell? The default alignment means numbers are by default right aligned. So when you are inserting a number in a cell, the numbers are automatically right aligned. But when you are entering some alphabets, you are entering some text values. So text values will get aligned to the left side. That is the default alignment given in the Kelsey. Numbers are right aligned, text will be left aligned, right? And the last one is the filled option. In the filled option means when one cell is there, you are typing a content in a cell. So when the space is left over after typing, the content will get filled again. आपके पास कोई सेल है, आपने उसके अंदर करेंसी लिखा, बट सेल की विड्थ इतनी ज्यादा है, So currency will get repeated after the one currency occurrence. Occurrence will get repeated. So it will be filled till the time the cell width will not get filled. पूरा का पूरा cell आपका fill नहीं हो जाएगा तब तक उसमें text आपका fill होता चले जाएगा. It will get repeated. Clear? The horizontal alignments are clear now? Okay. So moving towards the vertical alignments now, when you want to set the top edge of the border, that will be the top alignment. When you want the content alignment towards the bottom edge of the cell, bottom line, that will be the bottom alignment, and middle will take with respect to the top as well as the bottom. And default value in case of the vertical alignment is bottom. So write it here. Default alignment is bottom. What is the default alignment in case of vertical? That will be bottom. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. The next is, so ये जो मैंने अभी explain किया है, these are all the same things. You can read it later on. जो मैंने explain किया है वही उसकी description दी हुई है यहाँ पे. Okay, the next is the buttons on the formatting toolbar. Same is case with the writer. Only few buttons are added in the calci. That जैसे merge cell option नहीं होता. Then currency format, percent format. So you can learn the common one जो दोनों में आ रहे हैं, so that आपके मतलब दोनों में common आ रहे हैं, so it will be easier for you to learn. Like font name, font size, bold, italic, underline, ये तो सभी में दोनों cases में आएगा. Writer में भी आएगा, calci में भी आएगा. So you can learn any 5-6 common options for both the softwares. And in case अगर आपसे individually calci के separate पूछे गए हैं, so that will be currency format, standard format, percentage format. So these will be the separate one for the calci, right? Okay, next, again the important topic, that is chart. So next week we will be doing the practical portion. Max means ये सारे functions को हम practically करेंगे, and the chart, how to insert chart practically, that I will show you with the demo, right? But for now I have to finish the theoretical part only. So I hope ये week में खत्म हो जाएगा. So charts, when you want to represent your data of the worksheet graphically, pictorial, right? So that are charts. And with the help of chart, you can able to compare the data, you can analyze your data, you can establish the relationships also by creating a chart. And the chart option is found under the insert menu. Insert menu के अंदर chart की option होती है. Types of charts कौन-कौन से हैं? Column chart, bar chart, pie chart, area chart. So many charts are there, already we done in the Excel also. So let's discuss them one by one now. Column chart is used to depict the comparison over a specific time period. In case of the column chart, vertical depiction of the chart is there, and in this case, the values are organized vertically, that means on the y-axis, and categories are on the x-axis, that will be horizontal axis, right? And in case of bar chart, this chart will get turned, so it will be horizontal depiction, where the categories now are on the y-axis, that is vertically categories will be represented. Yes, we have to do the definitions for these charts. And in case of the bar chart, the values are on the x-axis, that means the horizontal axis. So this is the difference between the bar chart and the column chart. क्योंकि बार चार्ट में कैटेगरीज वर्टिकली होती हैं, बट इन केस ऑफ कॉलम चार्ट द कैटेगरीज आर हॉरिजॉन्टल. सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू. Next is the pie chart. This is used to represent a single data series. Single data series means it will divide the part of a whole. So it will be size of an item with respect to the sum. You know that in a circle the total is 360. So when we are counting it as 100%, it should be sum of all the items equivalent to 100%. And if the values are given, it should be equivalent to 360. So only single data series is being represented in a pie chart. So which chart is representing the data in rings or the concentric circles, or the multiple data series can be represented in a donut chart. The chart name is donut chart. When you want to represent multiple data series. But in pie chart, only the single data series will get represented, right? Next, area chart. एरिया चार्ट इज यूज टू हाईलाइट द चेंज ओवर टाइम, कितना टाइम के साथ आपका चेंज आ रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई एम टेकिंग एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ फर्म, 2015 में इस पर्टिकुलर फर्म की इतनी सेल्स ट्रेंड था, 2016 में सेल्स ट्रेंड इंक्रीज हुआ है या डिक्रीज हुआ है, क्या चेंज ओवर टाइम हो रहा है, कितने टाइम के साथ कितना चेंज आ रहा है उसकी फर्म के अंदर इन द मार्केटिंग और इन द सेल्स, right? So this can be better depicted with the help of a area chart. Next, line chart. You already seen this chart in the cricket matches also, where they used to depict the trend of a particular bowler or of a particular batsman, that at what regular intervals or what regular overs I must say कि कितना trend उसका depict हो रहा है, इतने ओवर पे क्या रेट था इस बैट्समैन का, इतने ओवर पे क्या रेट है. सो इट दे विल बी टेकिंग अ रेगुलर इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम. So it will not depict the multiple comparisons because you are giving the depiction of some particular one bowler and then one batsman. Over to over you are giving comparison at the regular intervals, right? XY chart is also called as scatter chart. So it is used for the scientific representation of data. It will just represent the X value and the Y value. जहां पे भी आपकी x वैल्यू की प्लॉटिंग हो रही है and the y value is get plotting, the dot will be there. So that's why x and y values are scattered. Clear? So it will depict the relationship among the numerical values using the variety of data series. Stock chart is used in the markets. The stock markets are there, share markets are there, where you are used to represent the transaction value. कि आज की डेट में ओपनिंग प्राइस क्या है किसी चीज शेयर्स के, क्लोजिंग प्राइस क्या है, मार्केट प्राइस कितना चल रहा है, बॉटम प्राइस क्या आ रहा है. So with the help of stock charts we can better represent the share markets and the stock markets. So just to display the transaction volume, whether the rates are high or whether the rates are going down, right? Column and line chart is basically the combination of column and line, where columns and line both are the depictions are there. So with the help of that you can depict the column and line chart. Next, components of charts. The first component is chart title, where you will give the description of the chart, the heading of the chart, the title of the chart will be there, and then grid lines will be there, horizontal grid lines will be there, x-axis, y-axis, x-axis title, y-axis title. So whatever the title you are giving on the x-axis, that will be x-axis title. The horizontal axis, the category axis. Y-axis means value axis, and the title given on the y-axis is called y-axis title. Data series means the data that you have taken from the worksheet. You have selected the data before making a chart. Data label means the value on each data series. हर बार के ऊपर देखो एक value आ रही है, उसकी specific value is here, right? Then the plot area and the chart area. The plot area is the smaller one. The chart area is the larger one. Plot area is just surrounded by the x-axis and the y-axis in which the chart will be formed. Whereas in chart area, all other components will get included. For example, chart title will be there, legends are there. So legends are the unique individual pattern given to the unique data series. आप हर data series को एक unique pattern या unique color देते हैं. So that are the legends for uniquely identification, right? And chart area, the overall area, including the plot area, including all other components. But where plot area is only restricted with the x-axis and the y-axis and the grid lines, where the chart will get plotted, right? So